What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Byron Vasquez Jr. I'm a Los Angeles and Nashville-based actor, and here you will find personal stories of my journey as an actor, as well as tips and tricks and pretty much just anything I'm generally passionate about. Although acting is my main passion, in this video I want to delve into something else I'm passionate about, and that is investing and finance. But before we do that, please hit the subscribe button, as it will really help this channel grow. Remember, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I will be re-releasing my first short film that I wrote, produced, and starred in, called And Let God Do the Rest. So I will give you guys a few minutes to find that subscribe button as we roll the camera and action. As I said earlier, investing has become a passion of mine since 2019. After I started receiving residuals from my commercial, I had all this money coming in and I really wanted to manage it responsibly. So I started doing research on finance, and I read my first book called The Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. This video is not about my journey in investing. However, it's about one little controversial app that I discovered a few years ago, and one in which the big YouTube finance gurus like Meet Kevin or Graham Stephen, they're not particularly fans of, and that is the Acorns Investing App. I can understand why the Acorns Investing App isn't really worthwhile to established millionaires like Meet Kevin or Graham Stephen. They make a lot of money and have a lot of knowledge in investing in finance. However, the majority of us are not them, and we probably don't have the similar desire or discipline to learn of different financial investing modes. Before I get off track, let me tell you how Acorns works. Do you ever take spare change and throw it into a jar? And then you do that for months on end until you realize you have a completely full jar, and then you go cash it out and you probably end up with like $50 to $100 saved? Well, what if you could do that, but instead of putting your spare change into a jar, you actually invest it into the stock market, thereby reaping the benefits of 6 to 10% growth per year plus dividends? That's exactly what Acorns does. It actually rounds up each of your purchases to the nearest dollar and invest the difference. So instead of getting change back, you're actually investing into the stock market by buying fractional shares of their ETFs. Now, I use Acorns, and I've been using Acorns since about 2019. I don't use Acorns as a replacement for traditional investing methods. I still have a 401k, I have a Roth IRA, and a couple of brokerage accounts. So I don't use Acorns as my retirement account or my wealth building tool. When I first started using Acorns, I used it as an introduction into investing into the stock market. Then I did more research and I learned more about Roth IRAs and brokerage accounts. So then I decided to use Acorns as a Christmas gift fund. I would save money all year long, leave it in the account, and by the end of the year, I would withdraw the money and buy Christmas gifts, thinking I would probably end up with a couple of $100s in the account. To my surprise, my account reached about $1,500.
Hide the money, y'all! There's poor people around! With your broke ass.
I thought this is a good chunk of money for me to go on a mini vacation. So that's what this account became for me, a vacation fund. Every year I end up with about $1,500 in the account, and that's after investing in my Roth IRA and other brokerage accounts. Now, Meet Kevin asserts that Acorns is a scam because it will psychologically trick you into spending more money than you intended to.
This is where Acorns comes in as the stupidest and dumbest thing that you could do if you're trying to moderate your spending.
But I don't think that's true. People spend money. Whether they go out, they buy things, they go to the movies, they go bar hopping, the money will be spent. What I like about Acorns is that it forces you to live below your means, because every time you make a purchase, you're going to have to save and invest from that money. Acorns withdraws the money after it hits a $5 mark, and that's usually every week. You end up saving about $20 to $25 a month. And the more that you use your card, the more roundup it's going to make. So you actually start to become a little bit more conservative with how much you spend, because you know that each time you make a purchase, it's going to cost you. There's another feature that I use as well. Acorns gives you the options of a weekly withdrawal amount of your choice, thereby saving and investing even more money. I have mine set up to about a $10 weekly withdrawal. Now that's on top of the $5 roundup withdrawal that they already do. So that's an average of about $60 to $65 in savings and investing, which has resulted in about $1,500 a year in my Acorns account. I've used that money for vacations, or in 2021, I actually used a chunk of money to get a head start on my Roth IRA max contributions. I also like Acorns because it gives the user exposure to stock market investing on a very small scale. Now, this is especially good for some people who've never invested in the stock market or who believe that the stock market is just another form of gambling. I introduced Acorns to a family member of mine who's been reticent to invest into the stock market practically their entire lives. But they were open to try Acorns because it was just investing their spare change. Now, as of today, this person has saved and invested just a little over $8,000. Without Acorns, this person would probably have never invested into the stock market and would probably not have $8,000 today. That's why I believe in the Acorns Investing app. Whether you're building a travel fund like me or you're just getting exposure to the stock market, Acorns is a small way for you to take your spare change and grow it into something meaningful. Let me know in the comments down below if you've ever used Acorns and what your experiences are using the app. Now that's it for this video. Thank you guys once again, and please remember to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more of my personal stories as an actor, as well as tips and tricks and just other general things I'm passionate about. But for now, that's a wrap.
With your broke ass.